Okay, good evening, everyone. We're going to take this post-match in two sections. We'll do questions on this evening's match first, and then we'll have an embargoed section on Sunday's match following that. Craig, do you want to start us off?
Yeah, any positives and negatives second half there? Start with the latter, another late concession. How did it happen? Why did it happen? What's your take on that?
Yeah, I think rather than focus on sort of the lateness of the goal, it's more the way we're conceding currently. The timing for me is irrelevant. It's, the first goal in particular, to be honest, that's the one that really gets me, because we worked a lot on set plays in between the last game and we didn't defend it well enough. Gave ourselves a mountain to climb, and I thought the lads did really well to respond to that. But we'd done the hard work, we're in front, and then it's a case of we have to defend well, and we didn't for that moment.
On the other side of that, on the other side of that, you were 1-0 down entering the second half, and you have done well to fight back and put yourselves in that winning position.
Yeah, and that's why I say I thought the players deserve a lot of credit for that response, because you come here and you're 1-0 down, the crowd's in the game. Maybe slightly fortunate in that moment where Malik almost gives the penalty away. That was a big moment for us. That gave us the stability maybe we needed. The second half was a lot better. I thought we were more aggressive in both phases, both on our press and in possession, played with more belief and looked a really good team. And we're inches away from making it 3-1 a few times. And yeah, that's really frustrating.
Okay, Lee Ryder.
Eddie, I mean, people talk about your team, you're building an exciting team here, and going forward it's excellent, but what do you put your finger down to these lapses in concentration that are costing you so dear? It feels like you're going to spoil it for yourselves with those moments.
Yeah, I can't just sort of disagree with that. I think we have work to do, but I think we have work to do on every part of the game. I think we're a team that's hopefully building in the right direction. I think we've had a difficult summer. I thought you've seen that in some of our early performances. I think the last 6 have been a lot better, but we're not perfect, and we're doing our best to develop and to grow. I think there's positive signs, but there's still some moments where we, I think, shoot ourselves to a degree and in the foot, and that was there again today. And I know it's a frustration, not just for me, but for the players and for everybody, because we're costing ourselves at the moment.
Just on a more sort of positive note, Lewis Miley must be very close to edging out one of your 3 senior midfielders if he continues going like this.
Yeah, he's doing really well, and I think that's all you can ask for from any player. When they enter the pitch, they give their best, they contribute, and they prove how good they are. And I thought he did that in his time he was on the pitch tonight. Scored a great goal. I'm really disappointed for him that it wasn't the match-defining moment. He's growing in his stature, and I mean aerially as well as physically. He's 6'4". He should contribute aerially with the tools that he has. But that was a great header, and you're seeing his presence on the pitch. I think he's imposing himself more, and he's a very, very good player.
Thanks, Lee. Jordan.
Hi, Eddie. In terms of the closing stages, is it a case of just sitting back and trying to see the game out, or is it sort of forced upon you given the way the opposition are playing?
No, I don't think it's ever a case of sitting back and absorbing pressure. That's not number one in our aim. But I think you need to do whatever it takes to win. Sometimes that is par for the course. That's what you have to do. 2-1 ahead today with minimal time left. You know, to a degree, you're going to have some defending to do at different stages, and you have to stand up and be counted and do that. And we didn't do it well enough. And that's a team thing. It's the whole group realising the importance of defending our goal. Historically, we've done it really well. Last year, I think we were excellent at it. And I do think you go in phases and cycles, and some things crop up that you can't quite work out to a degree. And then you fix that and something else crops up. So I think you're in a constant phase of trying to improve. That's certainly an area that we have to do better in.
Dominic.
Hi, Eddie. Is Joelinton okay? He was forced off with Lewis Miley coming on.
Yeah, it looks like a groin issue. I don't know how serious it is at this moment in time.
And Sandro Tonali, just a word on him. He's been in and out the side. It wasn't necessarily his greatest game tonight. Is he operating at 100% right now?
Yeah, he's had a little bit of a bitty last couple of months. He had a bad illness which really knocked him. Then he came back to fitness. I'm just trying to think back. Then he got a knock, I think it was at the Tottenham game. So yeah, a little bit in and out in terms of how he physically feels. But I'd say today he looked a little bit tired towards the end, naturally, because he hasn't played sort of the length of or amount of time that he would normally. So it's a case of building his rhythm back.
Thank you. Luke, Chris, and then Scott, please.
I take what you're saying about it not being a plan to try and soak up pressure, but it does keep on happening that the team drops back deep, it sits in front of the edge of its own box and it invites pressure and you're just not able to hold it. Is that a mental thing then that the players have got at the moment?
Well, I think defending set plays, for one, in recent weeks has cost us, so that's not a case of anything other than putting your head on the ball and doing our job in that way. Tonight's goal's different. I think in different moments in the game we were forced back, but I think you're going to in different stages of the game. But every team will have those moments, even the very best teams in the world, and that's where you need to be comfortable in that moment and defend, like we have always done, really, really well. And for whatever reason, that second goal today didn't look pretty from our perspective. I need to see it again, but some structures have been loose and we've been punished.
Taking it into a wider context, you've now got 10 points in the Champions League. You are sort of on the brink of getting through, but you could have got the job done tonight pretty much. Is that particularly annoying as well? Everything's
annoying about not winning. We feel it all through the group, but I have to see the bigger picture. I think it's another good performance. We're not talking about the fact we hit the post twice. Álex had a really good chance at the end. There are big moments in the game where the game's over. And so we did a lot right in that second half. Yes, of course, we did some things wrong, but I think we are moving in the right direction.
Thank you. Chris?
Hi, Eddie. Anthony Gordon said on TV that there was sort of strong words at half-time. Can you just tell us what you said to the players in that moment, please?
Yeah, I wasn't happy with how we performed in that first half. Not that I thought we were particularly bad, but I thought we didn't play with enough belief in both phases. So we regained the ball high a lot, but we had some really good opportunities to counter and to score or to have chances at goal, but we weren't incisive enough. I don't think we played with the right belief. Second half was a lot stronger, a lot better. And we got rewarded. We got rewarded with our press by pressing the goalkeeper and forcing him into a mistake, and that's us at our best.
And Anthony also talked about mentality, and that the mentality probably hasn't been there if you're conceding goals like this and conceding goals from set pieces. Going into Sunderland at the weekend, I suppose that's something which certainly needs addressing.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you're going to address that in a couple of days. I think it's consistent practice, it's consistent messaging, it's consistent work. So we have some really good players who have done very well in that respect in terms of defending set plays and having a really strong mentality. So I think I've got some work to do to reflect and to keep the group in a good place and making sure that we learn our lessons, because it can't keep happening.
Okay, we'll go to Scott, then Nisha, and then we'll move to an embargoed section for the weekend's game. Thank you.
Hi, Eddie. It feels like we're banging the same drum, really, so I apologise. But just off the back of that, do you think there's an issue at all that pretty much all of your midfielders are probably better or more comfortable going forward than they're not natural defenders, if you like? Do you think that that's any kind of an issue, that the balance of the midfield is difficult for you because you haven't got what you might term a proper holder to just go in there and sit?
If only it was that easy. Let's plonk one of them in there and
just plonk one in.
Let's see what happens. I think the midfield that we had playing today has been outstanding for us for a long time. So I don't think that's the issue. I think it's a collective issue. We're a new team. We've got new players. This group hasn't been in that position before. So these issues that are forming, and there will always be issues. There'll always be things that you're not happy with. But ultimately, this is big moments costing us points. So we'll reflect, we'll work on things, and hopefully that makes a difference.
And when you talk about the difference between the first half and the second, Anthony almost epitomised that, because he was brilliant in the second half, so much more direct, taking on Kwanzaa all the time. I mean, the run and the cross for the second goal, absolutely brilliant. That's when he's at his best, isn't it, Anthony? When he's got that kind of bit between his teeth and he's doing that.
Yeah, I think all wingers are at their best when they're confident and then they're direct and they believe they're better than the player they're playing against. And we encourage our wingers. They're so important. They're a source of goals and they're a source of creativity. That we need them in that mood and in that mode. And that's what we look to do with those players. And Ant's got the quality. The ball he put in for Lewis Miley's goal was first class. And when he's in that kind of form, he's a difference maker.
Nisha?
Hi, Eddie. As Luke said, progression in the Champions League could go either way at this point. How confident are you that you will get the job done? You've said the team are moving in the right direction. Do you believe that you will get that win that'll probably take you over the line?
Yeah, we have to believe. I think when we started the Champions League campaign, if we thought it was going to be easy, I think we're in the wrong competition. It's a very, very, you're playing very, very good teams. We're travelling with the game schedule that we've got. All these things you add together makes it a challenging period for us, but I think the players are navigating it really well. I think we are playing with a clear identity and a plan, which before the international break, I was disappointed with a couple of the performances. So I think we've come back strong in that respect. We have it all to prove. The 2 games we have are very difficult games, but I believe in the group. Wherever we go, if we're near our best, we can win.
Thanks, Nisha. We'll begin a separate section on this weekend's match now.